go now. Here's a big power threat. Ellie De La Cruz.
Ellie De La Cruz.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
0-1.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
1-2.
Kicks and fires. Pitch is in the dirt, and the count 1-2. Stays alive. The pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And now the first baseman. And there's the strike. Maddox. He's the kind of starter that a lot of pitching coaches and managers as well really appreciate. Not a guy who's going to get himself into trouble by dancing around, by walking guys.
Yeah, he throws strikes, and he's got the command, be in the zone, be effective, but just moving the ball around, getting the ball back from the catcher, Boog, and throwing the pitch.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. It's an interesting thing when you consider limiting walks. Is it more important today because of how many home runs are being hit?
No doubt. Keeping players off the base paths with the way the swings and the launch angles are today, the emphasis of hitting home runs is so huge. It's never been more important.
One down, base is empty. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that's ball 2. Yeah, I think the other part, though, as well, is it goes both ways, because I think that guys at times are more than willing to give up walks because they'll come back and strike the next hitter out. And that one finds its way through. So he ends up with a hit after seeing a lot of pitches. That was a good at bat.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
And a pitch. That one down the line. Fair ball. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Back-to-back singles. There's something about pulling one down the line and shooting it through the infield that's just so satisfying as a hitter. It's just fun turning on a pitch like he did right there.
Rafael Devers up to hit. Slap the other way. Foul. And there's a ball.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Foul back our way, and that's out of play.
Here's someone, historically speaking, that prefers day games over night games, so I'm excited to see what he does in this one.
Sneaks through, base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Tries to get back and save.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it.
To first, might be 2. He comes home out. To first, safe there. So no double play, but they cut down to run it home. Here's George Springer.
I know we're still early in the stages of this game, but this at-bat has the potential of being a difference maker. You've got to stay calm in the box.
In the air, right field, pretty well struck back there. That skips over the fence, so it's an automatic double. As 2 runs score on the play. So 2 down, and now the right fielder, Randy Arozarena. Swing and a ball popped up. Soriano makes the catch, and that is that. Bottom of the first, in half up to hit. Here comes a pitch.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Foul ball still 0-2. Bats and misses. It's a strikeout. Starling Marte up to hit. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
One strike.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count is 0-2. The pitch. That one just misses the outside corner. Now 1-2. And another ball. One out, bases empty. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 away. Now it's the power speed combo. Alfonso Soriano. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. That's in there.
First 2 hitters get punched out on strikes. Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit it.
Got it. Second inning set to go. Gene Segura at the plate here. Maddox back to work. And it skips into dirt. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
Good pitch right there. Tied him up on the hands. If I'm out there on the bump, I'm going right back in there.
Hammer, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
He was all over that one. These days, when you see a ball come off the bat like that, I mean, the first thing you want to know as a spectator, what was the exit velocity? 109 in this case. I mean, that's just impressive, and it's so cool we can get that sort of feedback so instantly in today's game.
Big swing and a miss.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
So the lineup flips over. Here's some real power at the plate. Ellie De La Cruz. Ball one there. De La Cruz, 22 years old. Usually a shortstop, but today starts at third. At the belt and fires.
Ball.
Right side. And there's 2 away. And here's the first baseman. There's a strike.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And that's in the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That one is blasted. Left field towards the monster. Into the monster seats and gone. He made him pay for that one. And they add to the lead. It's 4-0. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show brings you Diamond Dynasty Baseball. It's New York going up against Munich. And here is Ken Griffey Jr. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. And the lefty with the 0-1. Swing and a high fly ball down the left field line, but hooking foul. Got him swinging. Now the number 2 hitter, Alfonso Soriano. Well struck left field. Springer raging back towards the wall. You can kiss it goodbye. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0. Here's Francisco Lindor. Out there to center. Mullins settles under it. Nabs it. And there are 2 outs.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Jackson Merrill now in the box.
0-1.
Comes up empty with a swing there. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strike. Now at the plate, Ellie De La Cruz. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Swings and misses, and it's 0-2.
One
That
ball,
one missed.
2 strikes.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
And he dodges that fastball.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Caught him looking for the K. And now the first baseman. Inside, just missed. 1 out, bases empty. And a swing and a miss there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that one in the air center field. Trout on his horse. Puts it away for the out. And now it's Elias Diaz. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average. But one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties.
Outside,
And that's
that's a ball.
outside. And that is ball 1. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
Swing and a miss. That's strike
1
2.
ball, 2 strikes.
And another ball.
Ball 2.
2 outs, base is empty. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Trout. The wind of the pitch. On the ground to third. And quickly one away in the second. And now the switch hitting catcher, Jorge Posada.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
way inside. McClanahan, he's a guy that has both swing and miss stuff and exceptional command. I mean, that's a rare combination. That makes him one of the best in the game. Sends it to first, and a couple of quick outs. 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Cody Bellinger. And first offering is fouled off.
And when the hitter steps in the box, he knows that I got to be ready to swing, and that's where it really opens things up for him to change speeds, change location to get the swing and miss.
2 down, nobody on. And there's a rocket into the outfield.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. We've all seen the defensive shift make a big difference.
Runner takes off, and he hits a ground ball right side, and that's a base hit. To third, lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now.
A couple of singles back to back. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Two on, 2 outs. Ripped into right center. Should be extra bases. 1 runs in. A second scores as well, and they're up by 3. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
His confidence level is so high. Really nice job of coming through in a big spot. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The 0-1 is outside, and it's a ball and a strike. So many strikeout pitchers do have trouble with walks because usually the strikeout is tied in. He's trying for third. Threw it by him. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Stepping in the long ball threat, Rafael Devers. Fought off foul.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach. Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And a pitch. And down on strikes he goes. Now 1 away. And now Gunnar Henderson. Swings through that one. 0-1.
0-1.
Slider misses outside. Next offering is in for a strike. And that's down and away. And he deals. And another ball. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. That's back there. Into the bleachers and gone. So he goes the opposite way with that one. It's 3-1. And the batter is George Springer. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. And ball 1. Next pitch off the plate. Now 2 balls and a strike. 1 down, base is empty. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Out to short, De La Cruz gathers and throws to first. That takes care of Springer.
Batting seventh.
Now it's Randy Arozarena. Chris, he's currently the team leader in OPS. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good, and then by the time he gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Foul ball there. Two outs. Swings through it, and that's a... On to the third inning. Here's the second baseman, Alfonso Soriano. McClanahan back to work. On the ground to short. Out to short. Segura handles. And he beats the throw. He's safe. Francisco Lindor to the plate now. Fans love him, but he's pretty popular with the players, too.
He certainly is, Boo. The player survey on MLB.com listed him as one of the friends.
Runner on the go. It's a pitch out. Man, is he fast.
It's so fun to watch.
Throw to second. Save. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pitch misses, and it's 2-2. Inside, almost got him.
He's been trying to tease the zone with that slider, but these hitters have showed patience.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. You can kiss it goodbye. That's one way to quiet the crowd. It's 5-1. Taylor Rogers gets the ball now. He's into the game with the bases empty. Merrill swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the second time today. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
Merrill checks his swing. Appeal down to third, and no swing, says Joe McDonald. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Pretty impressive lineup. Mike Trout hitting this far down to the order. He swings and fouls one off. Rogers, in his 8th season, he features a sinker, a slurve, a slider, and he works in a 4-seamer. Throws to first in time. And now the big-time power threat, Jorge Posada. Swings through that one.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split-finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Arozarena brings it in for the third out. Set for the bottom of the third. Gene Segura at the plate here as the lefty gets to work. There's a strike. The shortstop takes the ball. That pitch in for a strike, and the count 1-2.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
That one ripped. Hauls it in for the out.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Cedric Mullins, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike one. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
0-2 is the count.
Now a bunt with 2 strikes, and that goes foul. It's a strikeout. Now here's the switch inning power threat, Elly De La Cruz. First pitch swinging.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Two down, nobody on. Bounce to the left side. Whips it across, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Back here in San Francisco. Start of the 4th. Bellinger up to hit. Bellinger's an interesting example when you talk about scouting and development. I mean, this is a guy now that has turned into one of the premier power hitters in the sport. He was a 4th-round pick out of Hamilton High School in Chandler, Arizona in 2013. He hit 1 homer his senior year. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. De La Cruz now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Out towards right center field. Makes the grab for the second out.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
This to third. Throws to first in time, and that will end the inning. Back here at Oracle Park. And here's the first baseman, number 93. And the pitch. In the air, right field. Puts it away for the out. Next to hit, Elias Diaz. He's 0 for 1. That's out to center field. And it falls. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
What if they're looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle? Good extension on that swing. Took the pitch on the outside part of the plate and drove it up the middle. He let it travel just enough.
And it's 1-1. Man at first, 1 away. Wouldn't chase that time. And another ball.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And he walked him.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's gonna have to buckle down right here.
To second, there's one. Throw to first, safe. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Flips the corner. That's strike 1.
Now, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way. So the
runners on the move. Swings through it for the K. Gets it to first. That takes care of Springer. And we're back. New inning getting started. And the batter now, Ken Griffey Jr. That's down and in.
Well, these guys putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
And a 1-2. And they'll do it again. The pitch. The punch out there, and that's the first out. Now it's the power speed combo. Alfonso Soriano. He's already homered here in this one. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. And it's fouled away. Good job to fight that one off. And now the lefty. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Base is empty, 1 away. And we're at the top of the 5th. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. He's already homered in this game. Outside low. And that's ball 1. Wouldn't chase that time. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. And here it comes. It's in and out of his glove.
No, he's safe.
The batter,
2 outs, runner at first. Here's a big power threat. Jackson Merrill. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Lindor the move. Swing and a miss.
No ball, 2
High
strikes.
leg kick hangs in the air, but he read it nicely. And now in scoring position to add on to this lead.
Runner goes again. Got him swinging. Diaz gets it to first. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the right fielder, Randy Arozarena. Line to kick the pitch. And first offering is fouled off. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Swinging a foul straight back. Down on strikes. Picks up strikeout number 7. Digging in, Gene Segura. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Ball 1 there. Left field. Junior settles underneath it. And there are 2 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Mullins in the box now as he looks at ball 1. Second plate appearance of the day for him. Look out!
Perfect.
And it hit him.
Anytime one of your hitters gets drilled, it catches everyone's attention in the dugout, and you know what? It kind of gets you fired up.
De La Cruz at the plate for the 3rd time as he comes up empty there. That misses the zone. And 1-1. Here's the strike. Mullins leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Runner takes off, pitches low. Throw, save! Lozada too late with the throw. Here's a 2-2. That to right. Merrill settles under this one and makes the play, and that's out number. All set for the top of the 6th. Here.
The center fielder, Mike.
Tyler Matzik will take over on the mound.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And he makes the catch on the track. Just missed a homer that time. Man, is he fast.
It's so fun to watch.
So digging in, Jorge Posada. Swings through that one for strike 1. Posada, 36 years old, and he was born in Puerto Rico. Strike 2.
0-2.
And there's a ball.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. You don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Fires over to first. And there's 2 down. 2 outs, base is empty. Next is the speedy first baseman, Cody Bellinger. Ripped to short. That's the 3rd out. Back here in San Francisco, bottom of the 6th inning. Stepping in, number 93. Sabathia back to work. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
0-1.
Clips the corner, and the count is 0-2. The pitch. And that one hammered. That's back there. And that one's gone. And they cut into the lead. It's 5-2. Now the catcher up to hit, Elias Diaz. And strike one to the catcher.
0-1
Always
down.
exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
And that is cut on and missed. And that is strike
No ball,
two.
2 strikes.
On the ground to the left, Ramirez fires across the diamond. One away, bottom of the sixth. Here's Rafael Devers. Fouled off to the right. And it's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter.
Strike.
With the shift on, hits right into it, boots it, but plenty of time to recover, and that's the second out. Here's some real power at the plate. Gunnar Henderson. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
0-1.
And look out. That one gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one. So man aboard. Here's the left fielder, George Springer. Wouldn't chase that time. So 2 balls and no strikes. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count. Oh, now a great stop over to first. And very nicely done. We go to the top of the 7th, and now it's going to be